everyone, I'm Brad from iBUYPOWER. Today we're going to be looking at the G703 laptop from ASUS. This laptop is basically a desktop in disguise as a notebook. It's got an unlocked 6-core processor, it's got an RTX 2080, that's the full RTX 2080, not the Max-Q version you normally find in notebooks. 16 gigabytes of memory, upgradable to 64. This one comes with a 512 gigabyte NVMe SSD and Intel's newest 2x2 Wi-Fi. Gives you speeds all the way up to 1.7 gigabit. Taking a closer look at this guy, you can see material-wise, everything's really nice, really solid, really good feel. You have this sort of titanium colored metallic on the lid, the bottom of the notebook here, and everything around the screen bezel is the sort of normal matte black plastic you would find on a notebook, and the palm rest area is a rubberized black coating. Like I said, everything feels really good, really solid. There's no flex in this thing. It's built like a tank. One thing, this thing definitely pushes the definition of portability. Just the laptop itself weighs about 11 pounds. It's about 2 inches thick, and it has 2 power bricks. So if you're gonna travel, you're gonna need to bring both of these bricks and both of their power cords, probably an extension cord as well. That's total is gonna add up to about 15 pounds, so that's quite a lot of weight to carry around. Another thing to consider is it will not fit into a normal backpack. So you will need to get some kind of backpack that's meant to carry, 17 and 18 inch gaming notebooks, because this thing is pretty big. All right. So turning the notebook on, you can see we have some cool RGB illumination on the lid here, and the keyboard has RGB as well. The screen we have is a 17-inch 1080p 144 Hz G-Sync panel with 3 millisecond response time, so basically perfect for a high-end gaming notebook like this. As far as ports go, here on the right side we have 2 USB 3.0 ports and an SD card reader. On the left side we have a 2.5 gig Ethernet port, Thunderbolt 3, USB Type 3, and your headphone and mic audio ports. And then on the back we have the 2 ports for your power bricks, the HDMI port, and a mini display port. So very good connectivity sort of all around on this. I don't think there's anything that's really missing from it. Speakers wise, there's 4 speakers in this laptop. There's 2 in the screen and 2 hidden up under the floor of the laptop. They're very good for a laptop. They get very loud without a lot of distortion. It's nothing that is going to be able to beat a dedicated speaker setup, but again, if you want to fill a room with a video or a movie, you're not going to have any complaints about the speakers on this laptop. One of the things we found that was very interesting about this laptop was how much the different fan modes affect the performance. Each of those modes gives you a different level of performance, and the results were pretty interesting. We use Cinebench R20 for CPU performance and Unigine Heaven's Extreme preset to test the GPU. As you can see, Balance Mode offers a nice midpoint between performance and power consumption. Silent Mode does its namesake proud and keeps your system dead silent, but at the cost of a lot of performance. And Turbo Mode drains the most power, can only be used while plugged in, but it gives you near, if not better performance than a desktop PC would. The cooling is very well thought out. Intake all over the bottom of the laptop, and you have exit vents on the side and on the back. Take a look at the temperatures on the palm rest here. And the only part of the laptop that even got relatively warm was up here towards the top of the keyboard. If you're worried about, oh, the laptop's gonna get hot and my palms are gonna get sweaty, like it doesn't. Like this part is ice cold where you've got your hands. Really good thermals, and it doesn't really matter which fan mode you're in, it does a good job of managing the heat either way. If you have to ask, battery life is laughably poor. From what we tested, you're only going to get about 4 hours of battery life during video playback. And as soon as you switch over to gaming, you get barely more than an hour of playtime. The last 5 minutes, it actually booted us out of the game and told us the battery was too low. The laptop's having to figure out how much power the CPU needs and how much power the GPU needs, and both of them are running well under where they want to. So you get pretty poor performance gaming on battery. I just wouldn't do it. Can I get some? Flipping the laptop over, we'll take a look at the serviceability and upgradability. This is one of the easiest laptops we've ever seen to get access to the parts. It's just basically removing this little rubber pad. You undo one screw, and then you pull this plastic panel off, and that gives you access to pretty much everything that you're gonna want. Over here we have one NVMe SSD, that one's populated, the 2.5-inch drive. There's 2 more spots for 2 other NVMe SSDs over here, and the extra RAM slots. So this laptop does have 4 slots for memory. 2 of them are on the other side of the motherboard, and then 2 of them are here and easy to access. So that's a pretty thorough look at this beast of a laptop. The G703 really is truly a desktop replacement. It really can go head to head with desktop performance. But one of the things we haven't talked about yet is the price. Roughly equivalent desktop with the 8700K and RTX 2080, 16 gigs and a 512 SSD will set you back about $1,700, about $300 for the 144 Hz G-Sync monitor. So let's say $2,000 to get the desktop experience. This laptop as configured is $3,500. So you're spending $1,500 just to be able to sort of take your desktop with you. Whether or not all of that is worth it to you, that's basically up to you and your usage. We expect this notebook to appeal to sort of traveling professionals, people that are having to relocate often, and lugging around a desktop is inconvenient, but not someone who's traveling every day. So if that's what you're looking for, basically the highest performing laptop on the market, the ASUS ROG G703 is probably the notebook for you. If you're more interested in something that's similarly powerful but focuses a lot more on portability, then the GL504, also from ASUS ROG, this may be more up your alley. If you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of performance to get more portability out of it. Yeah, but with that, we're done. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I'm Brad with iBUYPOWER. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, feel free to leave a comment on the video, hit us up on social media, however you want to get in touch with us. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.